Good morning everybody and a very warm welcome to Eastleigh, and today I'm going to do a trading update. I did say yesterday in my last video that I was going to trade in some stuff, and I've finally done that. I've got the bits that I've traded in for in my bag, but for the meantime we're just going to spend some time here in Eastleigh, do a bit of spotting, and then when I get back I will show you what I got. So ta for now, bye. It's actually quite nice today. When I came here last time, it wasn't as nice. It was very cold and grim and windy, and there wasn't any of this greenery, which gives a different complexion on the last time I visited. If you were to see my other video, you compare the two, and you'd be able to see what I'm talking about. All these bushes that are growing up here weren't here before. All of this greenery has just come up now during the summer months. We've got GBR, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's a class 59 003. It used to be one of the original Yeoman 59s which entered service, and Yeoman Highlander, and then we've got a couple of GBR F66s just there. The one in front, 66744, is Crossrail, and there's another one behind it with a Careless Rail 66 and 70 behind that. Shed alert. That kind of crept up on me. It's a bit sneaky. 66138. This was parked up earlier. Short brake. Voyager alert. Shed alert. Here it comes. Giving it some gas. 66510. So the next train to arrive will be arriving on platform 3, which is the one on the right, and it's the delayed Portsmouth Harbour service. It says it's made up of 5 coaches, so that tells me it's a 444, which means it should be one of the white South Western Railways units. Just to clarify a few points from my last video, EMUs are known as electric multiple units, and
the train now approaching platform 3 is the delayed 0928 South Western Railway service to Portsmouth Harbour. Calling at Hedge End, Botley, Fareham, Rochester, Cosham, Kelsey, Bratton, Portsmouth and Southsea, and Portsmouth Harbour. Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap.
and EPBs are electro-pneumatic brakes. So as you can see, basking in the sunshine in all these 66s. There is a 70 behind there somewhere. You might see it, but it's quite difficult to see with the sunlight. I'm just waiting for my train to come back to take me back to Basingstoke. So my train is just approaching now. It's heading to London Waterloo, calling at Winchester, Micheldever, Basingstoke, Farnborough, Woking and London Waterloo.
The 0947 South Western Railway service to London Waterloo, calling at Winchester,
This is a short and sweet visit for me.
Farnborough, Woking and London Waterloo. Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap.
So here's my ride, 444009.
Platform 2 for the 0947 This train is formed of 5 coaches.
And here we are. See you soon. Good afternoon everybody and welcome back. I've made it home, and just to briefly sort of talk to you about what I've purchased. Well, not what I've purchased, but this is a follow-on from yesterday's video, and as I said briefly earlier on in the video, basically I was going to trade in some things, and basically I've done all my trading today. I've decided just to bite the bullet and just, you know, I don't really fancy the idea of having to hardwire locomotives and go through all that trouble, because when I've got other locomotives that can do the same job, which is DCC ready and, you know, fully equipped with lighting and all the rest of it, and I can put sound in it, then it just doesn't make any sense really, to be honest with you. So I decided just to trade it in and get some other bits and pieces, and I'm very happy with what I traded it in for. Just a couple of tips for those of you who are interested in maybe or considering trading things in. If you are interested in doing things like that, then these are just some tips from me and things, you know, just some advice maybe, if you're interested. I've decided to trade some of my stuff in. And there's pros and cons to both ways, whichever you do it, whether you do it privately or whether you do it through the trade, for a store or something like that. I took my stuff to AC Models in Eastleigh. They're very helpful and they're really nice and they're really lovely people in there, and they're very accommodating. And some people do get a bit funny about what you take, and they get really specific about what you take. But he was really good about all the stuff I took. And the thing is with selling stuff from the shop is you have to bear in mind that it's like a car showroom. They'll probably give you less value than if you sell it privately, and sometimes they say, oh, you're better off selling it privately than you are selling it to a car showroom, because you get slightly less from a car showroom. And going to Eastleigh Models, it is kind of like a car showroom. You probably do get slightly less than selling it privately. I could have probably got slightly more if I sold it all privately via eBay or something like that, or through YouTube or Facebook or whatever. But what you do get from trading it into a store is, if you can trade it in at a store and get into a store, then you can actually see what they have. And generally speaking, they'll give you more money if you're going to just leave the money there at the store than if you ask for cash. So that's what I did. I mean, at the end of the day, I knew that even if I asked for cash or whatever, it was going to go back into the layout anyway. So you might as well leave it there at the store and make the most of it, which is what I did. And because I've sold stuff through eBay and I've sold stuff privately, and some of it has worked out, some of it hasn't worked out, and it's that whole kind of Russian roulette you have with selling things privately, because you're never quite sure who you're dealing with on the other side. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, I've had people who I've sold stuff in good faith on eBay, and then I've had people turn around and say, "Oh, this stuff it's not working, or it's damaged, or whatever." And before I sell anything, I'm always as honest as I can be with all the listings that I ever do on eBay, because ultimately I don't want it to come back. So it annoys me when people start telling me and say, "Oh, it's arrived broken." Well, it wasn't sent out broken. And so you end up with this kind of hassle, or you get people turning around saying, "Oh, can you wait till next week, and then I'll give you the money next week," or "Can I wait till the end of next month, or the end of the month, and I'll sort you out," and then they don't. And it's all those kind of things that you kind of go, you know, kind of bothers you, because it's like, you know, when you're promising something, then it's kind of those kind of things. And by doing it through selling stuff through a store, you're cutting all that nonsense out, because you just sell the stuff as it is, and that's what you get from selling it to a store like that. It's peace of mind. You know, I know that I've now sold my stuff to eBay, traded my stuff in at Eastleigh Models. I know I'm not going to get anything back from them. They're not going to phone me up saying this doesn't work or that doesn't work. They're not going to turn around and say, "Oh, you know, give you negative feedback and say, oh, well, this is damaged," or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's done all there and then, all instantly, and I've just got the peace of mind. So that's kind of, why I've done it this way. But like I said, it is pros and cons. You know, so it's just you take your choices and you see how you get on. So let's see what I actually got. So hopefully some of that advice might help somebody. Like I said, I mean, I've done a few trade-ins before, and to be honest with you, it's always a bit of a compromise whether you sell it privately or whether you sell it to a store or stuff, because like I said, you're always reliant on the person on the other end being half decent and actually sticking to their word and stuff like that. And do you know what I mean? So it doesn't always work out like that, but hey ho, that's life. So what did I get? So the first thing I want to show you is I got a VDA. It is VDA. Yes, a VDA boxing sliding door box van. That's what it is. This is to go with my low relief warehouse side, and so I've got two of these that I bought. Here's the other one. This one's already been opened. And I had a look at it, so I'll show you this one. And it's really, really, really nice. I like it a lot. Funnily enough, they did have the pristine version, but the pristine version was actually more expensive. Usually the weathered stuff is more expensive, but this was it's a really lovely, lovely VDA wagon, which I really wanted. So this will go nicely with my blue period and probably the end of the green. I think they were using bauxite. So I've got two of those. So just put that there for a minute. So I'm really happy with that. I also, he didn't have a whole rake of them, but I don't mind the fact that he didn't have a whole rake, because in reality, trains in reality are always a mixture of motley crew coaches and wagons and locos. And wagons that, you know, coaches and wagons that you wouldn't have thought would go together just got shoved together, and all different colours and sizes and all the rest of it. I also got this, which is a rail freight ferry van. And this is a Hornby one, not a Bachmann one. Oh, looks a bit stiff. And I bought two of these, and I don't know if they actually, oh, they do. So you can actually open the doors if you want. So that's pretty cool. So I've got two of these, which I'm really, really, really pleased with. So, and again, like I said, this is to go with the whole kind of low relief warehouses. And I've got some OBAs, which are basically rail freight in this colour, but open wagons. That will go this. I've also got a rail freight brake van as well. So these are a really nice collection of vans at the moment, so that could just go there. And then last but by no means least that I've got was this, a new Class 47. This is a green one, and this is to go with my green period that I'm currently going through, which I love. I love green locos. I always have a thing. Because funnily enough, I don't know if I ever said this to you on a video before, but basically what got me into railway modelling when I first started was a layout called Wilberforce Yard, and there was a little supplement back in the day, and I think Model Rail, I think it was Model Rail that did it. They used to provide you little extra supplements, and I think now Model Rail, as it stands, I think was based on the original supplements. And there was this layout called Wilberforce Yard, and it was like a London-based depot layout with green locos. And there was something about that layout that I loved, and I distinctly remember there was a picture of a Class 31 in it, and I'm beside it in the background. There was a red RT bus with the bus conductor and the bus driver chatting amongst themselves. I guess they were on their stand, as we do, and chatting amongst each other. And it was a layout that stuck with me and really made me sort of get into railway modelling. And it was my first proper layout that I looked at that I thought wasn't really like a train set or anything like that. It was like a proper layout, and that kind of really made me want to get into railway modelling. Now, I haven't taken this out at all. This is the first time I'm taking it out, and it's weathered and it's absolutely beautiful. It is a beautiful locomotive. And this has got the tops numbering, 47256. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So those are the things that I've traded in my stuff for. So although it seems like I'm spending a huge amount of money on railway modelling and all the rest of it, this was actually just basically like swapping like for like, really. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and until the next time, there might be a live stream tomorrow night. Just keep an eye on it. If I do, it'll be around sort of about 9:30, 9:45. It would probably be a late one for those of you who are interested anyway. So just keep an eye on it. It might happen, it might not. So just bear that in mind if you are interested. If I do it, it's going to be to do with the low relief warehouses, because I might get cracking with that as well. So anyway, until the next time, thank you for watching and commenting as always, and speak to you soon, and bye from Ringwood South. Bye.